Hello and welcome. Tampa Bay Buccaneers beat the Philadelphia Eagles in round one of the playoffs, which means they're off to round two. And we've got some round two headlines and drama. So C.J. Gardner-Johnson, former best friend of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers when he was a member of the New Orleans Saints, for those who remember, decided to grab some headlines and provide some really awesome commentary on Baker Mayfield. Gardner-Johnson said the Tampa Bay Buccaneers receiving group, boy oh boy, is that a great group. One of the best we, meaning the Detroit Lions, have played all season. They'd be great if they just had a quarterback. Obviously taking a shot at Baker Mayfield, I guess simultaneously providing a nice solid compliment to Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, and actually Russell Gage as well, because he cited Russell Gage as a player on the team who is a reason the receiving core is so good. Baker Mayfield fired back because he's Baker Mayfield. In a very subtle, kind of, witty way, Baker responded by questioning whether or not C.J. Gardner-Johnson watches film, because if he did, he would know that Russell Gage hasn't played for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at all this season. So, listen, C.J. Gardner-Johnson, to me, obviously is a good player. Bucs fans, very experienced dealing with C.J. Gardner-Johnson, right? He's kind of a troll. And to me, personally, if what I would have liked to have seen, just not even just Baker, but just any quarterback, or if I were in the position, don't address it. Just don't. It's beneath you. It should be beneath you. C.J. Gardner-Johnson should be beneath Baker Mayfield. To me, personally, while Baker's commentary and response was kind of witty, and it was kind of funny, and it was sarcastic, a little bit, it was kind of like, it was clever, and it was, it was kind of cute, but to me, don't escalate the situation at all. Just de-escalate it, just let the air out of the balloon. I would have said something to the, yes, CJ's a great player. He has every right to think whatever he wants to think and speak his mind freely. We absolutely do have a great group of weapons around here playing for this team, which I have benefited from all season. Leave it at that. There is no need to further escalate the situation by questioning whether or not the man watches film. Why do it? Now, on the flip side, I can say Baker Mayfield, he's coming off his best season of his career, and then his just one of the best games of the season, and also probably in terms of impact, one of the most important and best games he's ever played as a professional. So obviously he's going to be feeling himself, and I also understand Baker Mayfield is the guy, his mentality may be different than mine. He is the guy who likes to have his back up against the wall. He wants to be pressed in a corner. He wants to be the underdog, and he thrives in that. I understand that, and making a comment in that manner and going back at the guy who goes at you puts you, back to the wall in that situation. So, listen, I personally wouldn't have responded. I think just be above it, move on, take the high road. Who cares? It's C.J. Gardner-Johnson. Just beat him on the field, and then it doesn't matter anyway. But I understand Baker Mayfield's motivations may not be the same as mine. And the motivating factors for Baker, again, I think he enjoys being in those situations. And he put himself in that situation. By responding to it, he gave the story a little bit of extra juice, a little more life. And, now we'll see, right? Because when the game is played out, Baker Mayfield and C.J. Gardner-Johnson are going to be on the field at the same time, competing directly against each other. So we will see. Baker Mayfield, could he do it 2 weeks in a row? And if he does it this week against a better defense, and now with this kind of story added element in there, it's going to be kind of a spicy game. It'll be interesting to see. But C.J. Gardner-Johnson, right? Coming back around.